Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rajani, Assistant Professor, Department of Materia Medica. Today we are here to discuss a great remedy and also a liver tonic, that is Chelidonium majus. Chelidonium actually is a very prominent liver remedy which covers many of the direct reflex symptoms of diseased conditions of that organ, particularly liver. Especially the tone of the skin would be of jaundice color, especially the constant pain under the inferior angle of the right scapula is a certain indication. That is mostly you see in Chelidonium patients that there is pain in the inferior angle of right scapula. Also, there is great general lethargy and indisposition to make any effort or indolence, laziness is being seen, along with the paralytic drawing and lameness in the single part of the body. That could be any single part. Elements from which this is brought on is change of weather. Other than that, the spheres are or the complaints what you see here is serous effusions, hydrocele, bilious complications, especially during gestation. Persons of light complexion, especially blondes, very thin, spare, irritable subjects, mostly subject to hepatic and gastric or abdominal complaints. Age could be any. It's not certain that it is important for or mostly preferable for the infants or children's or adults or old age people. So the age could be anything, any from the general, the infants to the old people, old aged. Both the sexes, it has the similar specific efficacious. Also, the temperament. Now, there is also, as I have said, that there is constant pain under the lower and inner angle of right scapula, which is also being seen in certain different medicines, that is Chenopodium, Sanguinaria, Calicarb. In Chenopodium and Sanguinaria, mostly you see that it is being seen under the left scapula. Next, what you see here is the elements. Mostly, it is being renewed by the change of weather. Other than that is lessons after the dinner. If you talk about the tongue, it is mostly coated yellow with red edges present, and also it shows the imprint of teeth. Whereas in Podophyllum, you see that the tongue is large, flabby, with imprint of teeth, and with imprint of teeth, when you are seeing large and flabby, that will be in the Mercurius group. In Podophyllum, it is only that large and flabby it would be. Desires, if you talk about, they have desire for hot drink, almost like, unless like it is almost boiling, stomach will not retain them. Okay, it is also being seen in arsenic. Other than that, if you talk about the pain, other than the right scapula pain, there is periodical orbital neuralgia, mostly with excessive lacrimation, and it fairly gushes out of the eyes. Talking about the stool conditions, there is constipations. Now, the characteristic would be stool would be hard, round balls like ship's dung. Alternate constipation and diarrhea is being seen in Chelidonium. Specifically, when you are talking about, now as I've said, diarrhea and constipation both are being seen in Chelidonium majus. So firstly, we'll talk about diarrhea. Diarrhea mostly is being seen according to time, that will be at night. Characters would be slimy, color light grey or bright yellowish, also brown or white. Consistency would be mostly watery or pasty, sometimes involuntary. Face and forehead, nose, cheeks, those are being seen remarkably yellow, or the whole throughout the whole skin tone would be yellow gray. Wilted skin, mostly of the palms of the hand. Hepatic diseases are also being covered, especially jaundice, along with the pain in right shoulder, Pneumonia of the right lung also is being seen, and liver complications. Now, when you're talking about the cough, there is spasmodic cough which is present in this remedy. And there is a small lumps of mucus which flies from the mouth when coughing. Similar remedies are Badiaga and Calica. It affects mostly the right side, so especially right eye, right lung, right hypochondrium and abdomen being seen. Right foot also is being seen cold as ice, and left would be natural. This is also being seen in the lycopodium, that the right foot is cold as ice, but the left seems natural. Ulcers, when we are talking about, it would be old putrid ulcers which is spreads, and also with the history of liver disease. Now, since liver affections are very much important in this, so liver history or disorders of liver, that will be prominent. Also of tubercular diethysis there. Gallstones are also being seen. Talking about the particulars, head, when we are talking about, there is icy coldness of occiput from the nape of the neck, and there is heaviness of the head. So lethargy, drowsiness, general numbness, vertigo, these are being seen. There is also an inclination to fall forward, that is vertigo they have, and they mostly have the inclination to fall forward. Mostly, as I've said, it is right sided, so the headache also predominantly is being seen on the right side, especially behind the ears and shoulder bed. It also is being associated with the neuralgia over right eye, right cheekbone and right ear with excessive lacrimation, and it is preceded by pain in the liver. Eyes, when you talk about, mostly the color would be, the color of the whites of the eyes would be yellow, dirty. There is sore sensations on looking up. Mostly the pupils are contracted, but these are relieved by the pressure. Tears fairly gushes out, so lacrimation is extreme. Face, there is change in the color again, so yellow, especially around the region of nose and cheeks. Skin would be wilted. Facial skin seems wilted. Talking about the stomach symptoms, that is present along with the bitter taste, bad odor from the mouth, prefers mostly the hot food and drink. There is also nausea and vomiting, but preferably better by hot water. Pain through the stomach to back and right scapular blade are seen. Gastralgia will be there. Now, their complaints are mostly relieved by eating. Once they eat, the complaints are temporarily relieved. Jaundice, due to the hepatic and gallbladder obstructions are being seen. Gall colic is being seen. Distensions, fermentation and sluggish bowel movements. Constrictions across as by a string. So there is a constriction as if the string is being tied around the abdomen. That kind of a constriction is being felt. Talking about the shape and size of the livers are mostly enlarged and gallstones are present. Urine mostly is profuse, yellow in the color like beer. Also in the chenopodium it is being seen. So like beer, it is dark, turbid, profuse, foaming and yellow kind of urine. Now this is all about the Chelidonium majus. I hope this helps. So basically what you see is the jaundice kind of skin texture, wilted skin. There is scapular pain. Also mostly the complaints are being seen on the right side with the fermentation and sluggish bowel movements. Mostly the livers are enlarged. Also in the gallstone pains it is very much beneficial. General modalities, eating relieves the pain mostly. So after eating they feel better. Stool colors, you have seen that both the type are present, diarrhea also and constipation also. Sometimes they do have hard knotty stools, and the other times they have diarrhea, slimy stools. So both of these things are present. So I hope this helped and you have understood. Next class we'll read about something else. Thank you.